Hey, what's up guys? How we doing? Real quick, I just got an email and I want to shoot this out to you guys because it's an email that I get really frequently, and it's not just recently that I get these emails. I've gotten these over the last few years, so I want to let you guys kind of know what it said and then what you can do about it. So, these are how these emails always go, and it's the most frequent email I get. It says, Matt, I'm a hitter and I take 400 or 500 swings a day. I've been doing it for the last year and my swing just isn't getting any better. I actually feel like I'm getting worse. Or I'm a pitcher and I've been throwing bullpens or playing long toss for the last 6 months. I do it every day and I'm not throwing any harder. Or I'm a third baseman and I've been having my coach hit me 100 ground balls every single day. And I don't feel like I'm getting any better at defense. Like, what am I doing wrong? What do I got to do to get better? So, this is an email that I get all the time, so I know it's a big problem all around the country. Not only around the country, but around the whole entire world. What do you have to do about it? Well, one of my coaches back in the day said that practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent, and perfect practice makes perfect. So what did he mean by that? Well, practice makes permanent. So whatever you practice, if you practice enough, you're going to build muscle memory, and it's going to take over, and that's going to be your mechanics. So if you're practicing the wrong thing, well, if you do that enough, then it's going to be built into your swing. First off, you're going to be unsuccessful because it's the wrong mechanics, but it's also going to be very, very difficult to get rid of those bad mechanics. So practice makes permanent. Perfect practice makes perfect. So it doesn't matter how many times you do something, you have to make sure you're doing it right that amount of times. So taking 500 swings a day, or throwing a ton of bullpens, or a lot of long toss, or fielding a ton of ground balls, whatever it may be, if you're doing the mechanics of that action wrong, well then you're not going to get any better. A lot of times you'll actually get worse because you're building in those bad habits. So, what do you do about it? Two things. The first thing is you have to get good knowledge. To make sure that you're doing it right. And that's why I've made so many videos. We got over 160 videos I think now on all types of mechanics. And that's why I put those out there to kind of give you guys that knowledge. Because I've been very fortunate, like I always say. I've played for a long time. I'm 27 years old now. This is my 8th year professionally. I've had a lot of great coaches. I've gotten knowledge from not only players, major league players that some are Hall of Famers and All-Stars, but also coaches that have been around the game forever. I've gotten a lot of knowledge from them that a lot of people aren't able to talk to them obviously every day, but every time I go to spring training or go in the season, I have access to these people, so I'm always learning from them. Also, I've spent, it's been basically, baseball has been my profession for 8 years. But also I played in college, so that was all I was focusing on in college, was to get better, to make myself better, to get drafted. And I've been playing baseball since I was 4 years old, and I spent a ton of time studying things, studying the swing, throwing mechanics, fielding mechanics, all of that stuff. So I've devoted a whole lot of time. I take it really serious, and I'm trying to help everybody. So that's why we put the videos out. So watch the videos. You're going to learn a lot of stuff that maybe you've never even heard of before. And it's really going to help your game. So that's the first thing, is to get the knowledge through that. The second thing is, make sure you're videotaping. So once you have this knowledge and you know what you're supposed to do, don't just go and swing and just assume that you're doing it right, because that's another email that I get, and I actually got it a few days ago. Someone say that they were doing something and it just wasn't working, but they didn't videotape. So how do you know that what you're actually doing? You think you know what you're doing. But another saying that I always say is, feel and real is never the same thing. So what you feel like you're doing isn't usually what's really happening. So you have to have the knowledge, and then you have to videotape. So you go and do it, you go check the video, you say, oh wow, I didn't know I was doing that right there. You know what, I'm not striding straight, I am striding in. Or I'm not getting my hands back. Or you know what, I am swinging down on the ball, I'm not getting on plane early. And now you go back and you make an adjustment, you videotape, you do it again. And that's the process. That's the process I go through. That's the process all major leaguers go through. There's video cameras everywhere. When you're in a game, you're getting videotaped all the time. When you're in practice, a lot of times you're getting videotaped. When you go in the batting cage and take swings, a lot of batting cages in the major leagues and even in the minor leagues have video cameras taping you, so you can take your BP or you're hitting your cage, you can do your tee work, you can go check it out. Oh wow, look, I was doing this, I didn't even realize that. You go back in the cage, you make the adjustment, you go back out, you watch the videotape. That's how it's done. That's how guys really make adjustments. You can't just feel through it and say, yeah, I think I was doing that. Yeah, I felt like I was doing that, because feel and real are never the same. So those are the two things. Just wanted to throw that out to you guys because I get this email so many times. Hopefully it will help some of you guys that sent in the emails, but then I'm sure there's a lot of guys that don't send in emails that are thinking the same thing. Not only guys, but girls as well, softball players. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm glad to help. I'll do anything I can to help you guys. So share the video, like it, send it to your friends, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later.